to Jaipur.
We're live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, coming up in the next 30 minutes. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to begin two nations visit to Brunei and Singapore. First ever bilateral visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Brunei to bolster cooperation in space and defense. US President Joe Biden says Israeli PM Netanyahu not doing enough to secure hostage deal. Netanyahu seeks forgiveness over hostage deaths as protests continue. Britain to partially halt arms sale to Israel. Venezuela issues arrest warrant for opposition presidential candidate Edmundo Gonzalez as part of criminal probe into the results of the disputed July election. And in sports, India's Sumit Antil wins second consecutive Paralympics gold in javelin throw F64 event, sets a new Paralympics record of 70.59 meters. India's medal count now at 15 in Paris Games. Well, on to the details now. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on two nations visit to Brunei and Singapore today. PM Modi will be in Brunei and Darussalam, a Southeast Asian country, on a two-day visit starting on Tuesday. This will be the first ever bilateral visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Brunei. The visit coincides with 40th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic ties between India and Brunei. Munmun Bhattacharya reports from its capital city, Bandar Seri Begawan, on what to expect from the visit.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Brunei Darussalam, a tiny state situated on the northern coast of the island of Borneo along the South China Sea, starting Tuesday. This visit is going to be significant because it's going to be the first ever bilateral visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Brunei Darussalam. This visit also coincides with 40th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic ties between India and Brunei Darussalam. On day one of the visit, PM Modi will inaugurate the Indian Chancery building at Bandar Seri Begawan, the capital of Brunei Darussalam. After the inauguration, the Indian High Commission will function from the new Chancery building. On the same day, he will visit the Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque, named after the father of the current monarch, Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah. On the next day, Prime Minister Modi will meet Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah and members of the royal family at the Royal Palace. Both sides will also hold delegation-level talks, engage on all existing areas of cooperation, and also explore avenues for cooperation in newer sectors. Both the leaders have met on a number of occasions. They first met on the sidelines of the 25th ASEAN Summit at Naypyidaw in November 2014, and then on the sidelines of the East Asia Summit in 2017 in Manila. In January 2018, they met in New Delhi on the occasion of the Silver Jubilee of ASEAN-India Dialogue Partnership. Sultan Haji was among the heads of state and governments who witnessed India's Republic Day parade. The relationship between India and Brunei has steadily evolved, with defense cooperation being a key component. The exchange of naval visits and the participation of Bruneian nationals in various capacity building courses in India underscore the growing defense and educational ties between the two countries. Trade relationship is important, especially in the context of India's energy security, because every year India imports crude oil worth $500 to $600 million from Brunei Darussalam, which is rich in oil and gas reserves. Both sides also cooperate in space and health sectors and promote people-to-people exchanges. The presence of a vibrant Indian diaspora in Brunei, particularly in the oil and gas industries, construction and healthcare sectors, further strengthens the bilateral relationship. Ties between the two countries are important even from a regional perspective, Brunei Darussalam was the country coordinator for India in ASEAN for 3 years, from July 2012 to June 2015, and played an important role in bringing India closer to ASEAN. As India continues to implement its Act East policy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Brunei Darussalam is expected to reinforce India's strategic footprint in the Southeast Asian region, fostering greater cooperation in key sectors and also paving the way for a more integrated and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Munmun Bhattacharya from Brunei Darussalam for DD India.
Well, on his visit to Brunei, PM Modi will inaugurate the new Chancery building in the presence of members of the Indian diaspora and the Indian diplomatic community. DD India Munmun Bhattacharya reports for more.
When Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives here in Brunei Darussalam, on the very first day of his visit, he will be coming here. This is the new Chancery building of the Indian High Commission. He will be inaugurating this building in the presence of the Indian diplomatic community and members of the Indian diaspora. And after the inauguration, the Indian High Commission will start functioning from here. Located in the diplomatic area of Brunei, in the vicinity of embassies and high commissions of other countries, India's new Chancery building at Bandar Seri Begawan is a mix of tradition and modernity. It took 3 to 4 years for its construction work to be completed. Architecturally, it is one of the finest Indian high commissions or embassies the world over. It has traditional Indian motifs, extensive lattice work on windows and the exterior. Wall clearings are done with Kota stone in pink and deep maroon. There is a central courtyard water body and a multi-purpose hall with a capacity of 300 people. The decor for the inauguration ceremony is inspired by Indian culture and colors of the Indian tricolour.
The whole decor is conceptualized from the Indianness that we all have deep inside our souls. We have the national flower, the lotus, the national bird, that is the peacock, and we have conceptualized our decor around the uruli, which is a communal vessel that is used for cooking in Kerala. And here in Brunei, it is all about the Indian community and how the community come together when an event happens. And now we have Modi ji coming to Brunei, and that is our communal activity that we are going to give to the High Commission of India for the visit of our Prime Minister Modi.
Indian High Commissioner to Brunei Darussalam expressed his sentiments ahead of inaugural day.
Today is that occasion that from the ancient and the medieval to the modern and the post-colonial, we have an opportunity based and premised on the foundations of a very strong Indian diaspora here, which I spoke of, to make a new beginning. It is emblematic of our relations and its possibilities in future that the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, with his first bilateral visit here will consolidate and foster new bonds and new strengths, impart new strengths to these relations, these threads.
The Indian High Commission in Bandar Seri Begawan is thus all set to enter its new spacious and modern-looking home. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Munmun Bhattacharya from Bandar Seri Begawan for DD India.
Well, Brunei has over 14,000 strong community. India's PM Modi will be visiting Brunei, where Indian community will welcome him. DD India's Munmun Bhattacharya reports for more.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to arrive in Brunei Darussalam on a 2-day visit on the 3rd and 4th of September, and members of the Indian diaspora as well as representatives of various Indian associations here are very excited ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. Let's talk to them about what they feel about the visit. How excited are you, sir?
We are too excited to receive Mr. Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. We are eagerly waiting for his landing in Brunei tomorrow. We are counting the hours by minutes now, and maybe tomorrow morning seconds.
I'm looking forward to his visit, and it has spread a more Indianness. Though it was there, it is more Indianness here, and we are more than excited.
We are truly blessed to welcome our Modi ji, and it's my lifetime pride going to be get it tomorrow.
Every leader must learn from Modi ji that how much energy is he having. Sincere leader, sincerity, everyone must learn from him. He has not actually accumulated anything, only the country peoples.
The Indian community is extremely excited ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's arrival in Brunei Darussalam. They're looking forward to getting a glimpse of him as soon as he arrives here. With cameraman Ankit, this is Munman Paracharya from Brunei Darussalam for DD India.
Well, after Brunei Darussalam, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Singapore. This is Prime Minister's 5th visit to Singapore. The country has a sizable population of Indian origin people and it maintains close cultural and historic ties with India. The visit by PM Modi is being seen as a historic one, which is likely to strengthen the relations between the two strategic allies. DD India correspondent Akshay Dongre files a report from Singapore on the shared heritage and cultural ties between the two countries and the expectations of Indian diaspora in Singapore.
A hustling, bustling district of Singapore where you will always find people of Indian descent, people of Indian origin, proud Indian people who share the tradition and heritage and who are in fact cultural ambassadors of India that are spread out across the world. In fact, let's speak to some of the gentlemen who are sitting here. Prime Minister is coming here in 2 days. As far as the foreign policy of Prime Minister Modi is concerned, he has given significant, significance to Singapore as far as India's diplomacy is concerned. So, are you seeing any result of that diplomacy? Are you seeing any changes as far as the perception of India outside is concerned?
Yeah, I like his foreign policy and especially his cabinet ministers like Jaishankar and Ajit Doval. And all of them is making good relationship with any country. So I see a good improvement after the government is formed.
Visit is also coinciding with the visit of the Indian Prime Minister to Singapore too. So how do you feel about it as far as the policy is concerned? The policies that Prime Minister Modi has taken as far as India and diplomacy.
Yeah, I think he's been doing, he and his ministers have been doing a great job, and kudos on their latest election, and I hope they continue to do a good job and build good relationship across the world.
Be it temples, cafes, businesses, restaurants, you'll always find a lot of India as far as Singapore is concerned. With camera person SP Dubey, I'm Akshay Dongre, DD India.
Well, the Anti-Corruption Branch of India's Central Bureau of Investigation has arrested Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, the former principal of RG Kar Medical College, along with 3 others over alleged corruption and financial misconduct at Eastern India's RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. Dr. Ghosh was under investigation for alleged corruption and financial irregularities at the college and hospital, following a directive from a single bench of the Calcutta High Court, which ordered the CBI to probe the matter. In addition to Dr. Ghosh, 2 vendors, Biplav Singh and Suman Hazara, as well as Afzar Ali, the additional security to the Dr. Ghosh, have been arrested. On August 24th, following the orders of Kolkata High Court, an official FIR was registered by the CBI against Ghosh in the alleged corruption case. And the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, inaugurated the Abu Dhabi campus of the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, on Monday. The Crown Prince also welcomed its first batch of undergraduate students, marking a historic milestone in international engineering education under the prestigious brand of IIT. Setting up of a campus of IIT in UAE was part of the vision document launched by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan in February 2022, which is a roadmap for expansion of the India-UAE relationship into new areas of collaboration. The inaugural batch of 52 students will pursue BTech degrees in computer science and engineering and energy engineering. And now let's take a look at other stories making news today. An Indian Air Force MiG-29 fighter jet crashed in Rajasthan's Barmer district after developing a critical technical snag. According to IAF, the incident occurred during a routine night training mission, but pilot ejected safely. There was no loss of life or property as the fighter jet fell away from the residential areas. A court of inquiry has been ordered in the crash. India's Enforcement Directorate took Aam Aadmi Party Minister Amanatullah Khan to its headquarters under 4-day custody. Earlier on Monday, Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court has remanded AAP Minister to ED custody in the Delhi Waqf Board money laundering case linked with the purchase of a 1,200 square yard plot worth 36 crore rupees in Okhla. Eco-friendly idols of Lord Ganesha attracts a lot of buyers in an exhibition organized in Gujarat's Rajkot ahead of Ganesh Chaturthi festival. The festival celebrates the birthday of Hindu Lord Ganesha, also known as Vinayak Chaturthi or Ganesh Utsav. The festival is marked with the installation of Ganesha's clay idols privately in homes and publicly. And still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Russian President Putin in Mongolia on two-day state visit. New gas pipeline connecting Russia and China top on the agenda. IAEA Chief Rafael Grossi will visit Zaporizhia nuclear plant to assist and help prevent a nuclear accident. President of India Draupadi Murmu, PM Modi congratulate javelin thrower Sumit Antil for his gold medal triumph at Paris Paralympics.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Lipakshi Kuran and moving on. Some updates related to Gaza conflict now. Intense street protest over Prime Minister Netanyahu's handling of ceasefire negotiations entered a second night in Israel. Israeli protesters took to the streets for a second day on Monday, and the largest trade union launched a general strike after the bodies of 6 people held in Gaza were returned to Israel. The latest demonstrations come after hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets in protest across the country on Sunday, with some demonstrators blocking a major highway in Tel Aviv. Many more Israeli flags and hung yellow ribbons, a symbol of solidarity with the hostages from a bridge overlooking the Ayalon highway. And Prime Minister Netanyahu has asked for forgiveness from Israelis for failing to return hostages. But Israel's Prime Minister struck a defiant tone, insisting its troops must control Gaza's Philadelphia corridor, saying it was vital for Israel to control a key lifeline for Hamas. Strategically important strip of land has been a sticking point in negotiations with Hamas. Israeli troops have uncovered dozens of tunnels they say have been used to smuggle weapons and ammunition into Gaza.
The pressure internationally must be directed at these killers, at Hamas, not at Israel. We say yes, they say no all the time, but they also murdered these people. And now we need maximum pressure on Hamas. I don't believe that either President Biden or anyone serious about achieving peace and achieving the release would seriously ask Israel to make these concessions. We've already made them. Hamas has to make the concession.
Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden has said that Netanyahu was not doing enough to secure a hostage deal and ceasefire with Hamas. Biden, however, said that he was still in the middle of negotiations for the deal amid reports suggesting a new proposal would be sent to the Israeli Prime Minister as final.
We're still in negotiations, not with him, with my colleagues from Qatar and from Egypt.
Well, on the other hand, Hamas armed wing on its part said that since June, the group has been operating under new instructions on how to handle hostages should Israeli forces approach their locations in Gaza. It added that hostages would return to Israel inside coffins if military pressure continued. Hamas said new instructions have been issued to the guards for the prisoners regarding dealing with them if the occupation army approached their place of detention. And pressure also mounted internationally on Israel as the UK suspended some arms sale to Israel, citing a risk of equipment being used to violate international law. Britain will immediately suspend 30 of its 350 arms export licenses with Israel. UK Foreign Minister David Lammy said the decision did not amount to a blanket ban or an arms embargo, but only involved those that could be used in the ongoing conflict.
This is not an arms embargo. It targets around 30, approximately 350 licenses to Israel in total for items which could be used in the current conflict in Gaza. The rest will continue.
Well, among the items that will come under the suspension will be components for military aircraft, including fighter jets, helicopters and drones. Experts say the development is significant as it may open up an avenue for the US to do the same. And moving on, Israel termed the UK's move as disappointing and says it sends problematic message to Hamas and its Iranian backers. Foreign Minister Israel Katz said in a statement that Israel was disappointed by a series of decisions made by the British government, including the decision regarding defense exports. And now a quick update on polio vaccination drive in Gaza. Medical teams have vaccinated around 160,000 children after 2 days in a complex campaign. The 6-day vaccination campaign aims to reach about 640,000 children and comes after the first polio case in 25 years in Gaza was discovered this month. Both Israel and Hamas are supporting the effort. And updates from Venezuela now. The Office of Venezuela's Attorney General issued an arrest warrant on Monday for the opposition's presidential candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez. The warrant was issued at the request of authorities after Gonzalez failed to respond to 3 summons to testify about an opposition website which published detailed results of the country's disputed presidential election. The website is being investigated for usurping the function of the Electoral Authority, which says President Nicolas Maduro won the July 28th contest, but has not published detailed results. Venezuela's National Electoral Authority and its top court have said Maduro was the victor of the election with just over half of the votes, but tallies posted by the opposition show a resounding victory for Gonzalez. And updates now on Russia-Ukraine conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin arrived in Mongolia for a 2-day state visit on Monday. Putin will likely to focus on talks on a new gas pipeline connecting Russia and China. Russia has been in talk for years about building the pipeline to carry 50 billion cubic meters of natural gas a year from its Yamal region to China via Mongolia. Putin will also participate in World War II memorial event and will meet Mongolia's president and other officials of the country. Meanwhile, Putin also mentioned that Russian forces are advancing faster in eastern Ukraine, taking several square kilometers per day. Well, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will meet the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency in Kyiv after his official visit to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. In a post on social media X, the nuclear watchdog Rafael Grossi said that he is visiting the nuclear plant and will continue to assist and help prevent a nuclear accident. Early on Monday, Zelensky said it is not possible for Ukraine to take back control of the plant. And some sports news now. Para-javelin thrower Sumit Antil scripted history on Monday as he successfully defended his Paralympics gold medal in Paris. Antil took India's gold medal tally to 3 as he broke the Paralympics javelin record twice in the F64 final category at Paralympics 2024 with a best throw of 70.59 meters. Sumit Antil is the second Indian overall after shooter Avani Lekhara to defend the Paralympics title. Also, Indian President Draupadi Murmu took to social media platform to praise the remarkable achievement by Sumit Antil. She said, and I quote, "I convey my heartiest congratulations to Sumit Antil on winning gold medal in men's javelin throw event at the Paris 2024 Paralympics. With his 2 successive Paralympics gold medals and record-setting performances, Sumit has gained a special standing among the champions. His outstanding achievements will inspire countless people, especially the youth." Also, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated the player for his exceptional achievement. He said, and I quote, "Exceptional performance by Sumit. Congratulations to him for winning the gold in the men's javelin F64 event. He has shown outstanding consistency and excellence. Best wishes for his upcoming endeavours," unquote. Well, Indian para contingent were on a roll on Monday as India bagged 8 medals on the day 5 at Paris Paralympics. Speaking of Monday night, India's Nithya Sri Sivan bagged the bronze medal in badminton in the SH6 category after beating Indonesia's Rina Malina 21-14, 21-6. The SH6 category is for the athletes who have a short stature and can compete while standing. Meanwhile, Indian duo of Sheetal Devi and Rakesh Kumar achieved a significant triumph by securing the bronze medal in the mixed team compound archery competition at the Paralympics. The duo defeated Italy's Eleonora Sarti and Matteo Bonacina with a narrow 156-155 win. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Kurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.